welcome to another Star Citizen spoiler warning video. This is quite a big spoiler warning video. We are going to be talking about the RSI Perseus and a load more details of that we know about because we've seen it in at least some detail now. We've also got a load of big spoilers on the rest of the ships that we are expecting at this year's Intergalactic Aerospace Expo. This is from a mixture of a data mine and a leak and that sort of stuff, and some stuff from Urkel's DPS calculator, which gives us a few more bits of information. Let's start with what we know about the RSI Perseus. This is going to be flyable day one of the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo on the 20th of November. On the PTU, at the moment, at time of recording, it is hanging above the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo hall entrance, which is where I've got some of my footage from. Some other creators were able to get really good sort of camera angles on this. They have magic. They're magical. I was jumping around doing silly stuff. There were a load of people hanging around this area as they're all jumping around in circles and doing silly stuff. It was pretty funny. But we can see some more of the exterior of the Perseus. And yeah, it's hammerhead sized, around 100 by 50 by 25 meters ish. It appears to be mostly size 3 military components from what we can tell. There are 4 size 8 Medusa ballistic cannons on this thing. So basically there's 2 manned turrets, each with 2 of those giant size 8 Medusa ballistic cannons. And interestingly as well, there appears to be a size 3 ballistic Gatling attached to each of those Medusa cannons. So yeah, there's effectively 4 of those size 3 ballistic Gatlings. I'm not sure how fast the turrets will move, but you can shoot other stuff that's you don't want to shoot the main ballistic cannons at. There's also 2 remote turrets that each have 2 size 3 ballistic Gatlings on. That's a really cool setup for weaponry. Effectively 8 size 3 ballistic Gatlings as well as those 4 size 8 Medusa ballistics. It's got 6 PDCs as well, it appears, the ship, which is absolutely fantastic. It's not a massive ship, and those PDCs are going to be incredibly effective at protecting it against what would be one of its major vulnerabilities in my mind: fighters, missiles, torpedoes, that sort of jazz. Talking about torpedoes, the ship appears to have 20 size 5 torpedoes, and it looks like it's got a cargo bay of like potentially 96 SCU. That's what was being touted. Maybe a lift there as well. This ship might be absolutely fantastic for a group of gamers to use as their sort of command ship. It might be fantastic for a mission runner. And if it's got a lift, then you can have a vehicle in there or a ship in there. We'll mess around with it a load more once we actually have it in our hands. I think it was last on sale for $675. I would expect it to be closer to $750 when it goes live at the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo. So now we're moving more into the big spoiler territory. There was a 4.4 patch that appears that there are some data mines and info there. Treat all of this as rumor, not 100%, because it could change. And I'm going to look at it as if it's on the Evocati branch, which basically means I'll talk about it, especially if it's in the public sphere already, but I won't show it because I'll treat it like it's got the soft NDA that an Evocati patch has. But we do have the names of the ships, and they line up with what we expected, and their blurbs, so we can talk about what they are. And I've seen some pictures and some tours of them to some degree from leaks. So we've got the RSI Salvation, a starter salvager ship. So this is basically the Golem, but from RSI and for salvage. That's the idea. For centuries, Rocket Space Industries has prided itself on crafting vehicles that not only meets the pilot's needs, but also exceeds expectations. While the RSI Salvation may seem like a simple salvaging craft at first glance, every detail from the salvaging arm, the onboard processing plant, to the convenient external storage has been refined and optimized to make even an amateur feel like an expert. So you can expect this to be a true starter salvage ship. And yeah, if you want to do salvaging as a career, this might be the perfect ship to start with, or the first salvager you get before maybe you move on to the Vulture. Expect it to be solo and be pretty efficient. How much is this going to be? We don't know, but probably $60, $70, that sort of thing. That's the Golem's $60. So we should be getting the RSI Perseus and the RSI Salvation on the first day of the IAE. And then, talking about the Golem, we've got the Golem OX, a cargo variant of that mining ship. So with the Golem OX, Drake has transformed the dependable workhorse into the ideal cargo ship for hauling supplies and equipment, made for pilots who prefer function over frills. The OX doubles the capacity of the original with room for 64 SCU and features a tractor beam to make cargo transfers as smooth as silk. It looks like it's making use of the upside down cargo grid thing that the Raft does. It's basically the shell of a golem that can then have cargo stuck to it. Again, I'd expect this to be $60 to $70. We have what appears to be the ship that CIG have been teasing over the last couple of weeks, the Drake Clipper. This appears to be a multi-role ship. It also appears to be one of the ugliest ships I've ever seen. At least that's what I personally think. You might absolutely love it. It looks like to me like it's a weird mobile hard drive caddy with wings attached. So it appears to be the silhouette of the Corsair looking ship from CitizenCon 2024, but you sort of saw the rear of it, which makes it very much like a Corsair. This appears to be significantly smaller than a Corsair though, and it could just have been a perspective thing, or I'm just dumb. If there's one thing every captain needs to take to heart as they prepare to journey across the stars, it's expect the unexpected. With a cargo bay, medical facilities, and crafting capabilities, along with Drake's practical design sensibility, the Clipper is the perfect all-rounder for any new spacefaring enterprise. I think people were touting that it had 12 SCU. It is not the prettiest ship, as I've said. It appears to be a solo ship with an interior and a load of facilities, medical facilities, and you've got crafting stuff. You can do kind of a little bit of everything here. And it's smaller than I thought, because I thought it was going to be Corsair sized, and it's obviously not. It does appear to be a solo ship, but a long distance solo ship that you can just sort of live on and craft your own stuff and sleep on, and really, really, really cool for that sort of lone wolf player, or just general multi-role or exploration. You can do loads of stuff with these kind of ships. It's hard to know how much that sort of ship will be. Maybe around $100, maybe 120. I don't really know. Is it a starter ship? Maybe a bit. It's a sort of like second tier starter ships that they've talked about before, right? With like the Reliance or whatever, but it's got a load of functionality, those ships, right? So it's all sort of along the lines of what we expected. We also have another one from Kruger Intergalactic. This is the L-22 Alpha Wolf, which is a light fighter variant of the L-21. It's very similar. It looks like it's just a bespoke weapon loadout change and different skin, maybe some minor exterior changes. I'm not sure if it has better armor or not. Meet a ship almost 400 years in the making and well worth the wait. Kruger Intergalactic is excited to present their first independently manufactured ship, the Wolf. Combining speed, style, and an impeccably precise design, the L-22 Alpha Wolf is not only a showcase for Kruger, but is battle ready to hunt alone or in packs with a powerful array of armaments, including 2 bespoke size 4 laser repeaters. So from what I can tell, that's the main difference. It's sort of weapon loadout. It'd be interesting to find out if that has changed a load. Maybe it's got a load of heavy armor on it. Maybe it's significantly better because of its loadout. I don't know. I ain't used it yet. What do you think? The Grey Cat MDC. So this is a ground combat vehicle, and I think it is just a MTC variant. Building upon a robust and sturdy industrial frame, Grey Cat has crafted the MDC Mobile Defense Center into an effective combat vehicle, ready to protect your interests from remote mining sites to patrolling high-value processing centers thanks to its mounted PDS turret. This is really interesting because I believe it's effectively an automated defense vehicle. So you drive it where you want it to be, you could get out and it will shoot at enemy fighters or take down missiles and torpedoes. This is an essential defense vehicle because it should, I assume, this is a big assumption until we know, that it will protect you against Moabs and like the A2 Hercules flying over and just dropping a bomb while you are trying to do Jump Town or whatever. You can park a couple of these around and then have your mining area or your base partly defended or whatever. I would expect that we will see NPCs with these pretty soon. Will you be able to change the PDCs on there or PDSs on there? Maybe. I don't know. There are obviously different types of PDC/T/S already, and different turrets from the Pepper Pot to the Swarm, which I think is the sort of standard one. Can you park a load of these on top of a Kraken and have it defend while in space? We don't know. but I really like the idea, and yeah, PDSs on different things. CIG had said that they wanted to have them just like on capital ships, from what I remember, but obviously that has changed at least somewhat. It might just be role focused now, like, oh, if it makes sense for them to have them, we'll have them, but we won't give them to everything. Yeah, we'll have to see what happens with that. Some other bits and bobs news-wise, the Raylan appears to have a 2026 release plan anyway. I'd expect that to potentially turn up during Alien Week, so think maybe June 2026. But yeah, as I said, treat all of that as leaks and rumors and not 100%. It is not confirmed by CIG, any of that, but that appears to be pretty accurate from what I can tell of what's going on. I'm super excited for the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo and those new ships and vehicles. I know to a lot of you, it's not going to be much of a spoiler for this stuff because they've been talked about for quite a while now, and those line up with pretty much everything we talked about in the previous video, spoiler warning wise. We did expect a few other things. Well, we knew other things are in the works as well. I had thought the Clipper was going to be more of a cargo ship rather than a super multi-role ship, and I hadn't realized the MDC was going to effectively have a PDS on the top. I thought it was just going to be anti-air, but I suppose it's still anti-air. It's just a different kind. Anyway, tell me what you think. Tell me if you're expecting more or if you've had other information in the comments below. I would love to hear from you. How much do you think the Perseus is going to be? Are you super excited for Intergalactic Aerospace Expo? And are you looking to pick up anything like a Javelin or a Idris or one of the other ships that we mentioned here, assuming that they are real and exist and will turn up during the IAE? And are you concerned that CIG doesn't appear to have tested these much publicly? They could do a lot of it internal testing wise, but tell me in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Something else you should do. Oh, what's that? Tobii eye trackers. They're 20% off at the moment. Use the links below. Click on that. Get yourself a Tobii eye tracker for precision head and eye tracking that's natively supported in Star Citizen and some other games. Also, get yourself some NordVPN. Click the links below for that, or go to nordvpn.com/BoredGamer for better accessibility, security, and privacy on the interwebs. I use it, and you might want to use it too. Every month we have a Star Citizen ship giveaway. For November, we are giving away the latest in pristine technology, the Grey's Market Shiv, a heavy fighter with a bucket of weaponry, and the first compound ship in game. It is made up of a cutlass and a load of other ships stuck together. It comes with lifetime insurance and a game package, all you need to play Star Citizen. But we're also bundling in a CitizenCon digital goodies pack, just loads of FPS items and stuff that you can put around your hangar and your base eventually. Just comment on any of our videos during the month to be in for a chance of winning that. Also, a big thank you to CIG for providing that prize. If you would like to further support the channel by clicking the join button under our videos and becoming a channel member or becoming a Patreon, then please do. It helps out a ton and enables us to make daily Star Citizen content, even when the YouTube algorithm or revenues are unkind. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and click any of the affiliate links under our videos. That helps too. It gives us a little kickback. Share with us your feedback and what you'd like to see. We'll see you in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching to the end of the video.